Thanks, Lindsey. So with September right around the corner, we movie fans are very much looking forward to the Toronto International Film Festival. Here this morning to fill us in on what to expect from this year's fest, as well as a look at a new movie that's out, none other than Rad. Hey, Rad, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Lights, camera, action. Let's talk about TIFF this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the ongoing WGA and SAG-AFTRA strike,
yeah.
bit of question marks as to whether or not we're going to get big stars. So are we, do you think?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because I think, like, when the SAG strike started, I was on here speaking with some certainty that, oh, no, there's not going to be any stars at TIFF. And it's not that certain. It's not as clear-cut. Because, like, you do have these really independent films or Canadian films or whatnot that star people like Cate Blanchett and Kate Winslet. Like, a lot of star power in films that are not associated with the streamers or the big studios, right? And so in those situations, or they're movies from the company A24, which is a boutique studio that agreed to the union terms. So they get strike exemptions, right?
Got it.
So you get all these movies where, like, yeah, the stars should technically be able to come out.
Right.
That being said, even if they're allowed to come out, even if they have strike exemptions, do they want to come out considering the optics, right? Do they want to attend red carpets? Like, how will that look to their colleagues? Does it look like they're not acting in solidarity with this cause? And then you also get some kind of cloudiness where some stars, some protesters, they don't agree with strike exemptions, right? Like Sarah Silverman kind of voiced it. She's like, you know, yeah, you could give this movie that's not currently affiliated with a streamer an exemption, but that movie will eventually end up on a streaming service. So shouldn't we, you know, so that kind of disagreement is what people are, like, the cloudiness there is what people are trying to figure out and hoping to bring all the stars to Toronto despite what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of really great sounding films at the festival as well. And also I understand, you know, especially with the lack of maybe big name Hollywood actors, we might get a lot of musicians out.
Yeah, and this pivot I love from TIFF, right? If we can't get movie stars, we get rock stars, right? So you get, like, you know, because you have these documentaries about Nickelback and Little Nas X, right? And it doesn't get much more star power than Little Nas X coming to Toronto. So they will be here for that. And also, Talking Heads. Oh, like, you know, TIFF can't do anything about getting the actors in the studios together, but they're reuniting Talking Heads.
This is amazing.
You know, they've had a beef forever, and their first public appearance in 20 years. They're coming for a talk that's hosted by Spike Lee. By the way, they're also getting a lot of starry directors coming to town. So Spike Lee will be hosting a talk with Talking Heads for the occasion of the restoration of Stop Making Sense, which, if you haven't heard, Jonathan Demme's movie, ultimate concert doc.
It's amazing. Yeah, it and The Last Waltz are my two favorite concert movies. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And I love that they got Spike Lee to do it, another New York icon. That's so cool.
Well, between Spike Lee, Little Nas X, Talking Heads, like, the after parties are going to be pretty hype. You know,
they'll be pretty hype indeed. Okay, let's pivot to a movie that's out right now. Gran Turismo. This is based on a true story, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's based on a video game that somehow did a whole Pinocchio where we're a real race car driver situation. Basically, like, so I mean, the whole story is based on the GT Academy. Basically, Gran Turismo is this video game a lot of people might be familiar with. I mean, maybe they're gonna get mad at me for calling it a video game because they call it a racing simulator according to the marketing. Many years ago, they created the GT Academy to prove that, you know, let's take some video game, some drivers. Gran Turismo drivers, put them in real race cars, and this is the true story of Jan Marterborough, who's one of those drivers who went from playing in his bedroom to placing in Le Mans, right? So it's that true story, incredible true story, which is also, that makes this kind of like a victory lap for a marketing stunt, right? And this movie is told with all the nuance and authenticity and genuine feeling that a marketing stunt is told with, you know? So it's like, you know, it hits all the expected notes as an A to B kind of underdog story with a lot of product placement, like kind of just drowning out any kind of genuine storytelling.
Okay, I got it. It's an amazing story, though. It's pretty wild. Who would you say this movie's for? Like, who will love it?
I mean, this is for people who love the feel-good, like the easy manipulative of the underdog stories, like $1 Million Arm and McFarlane USA. If you're down with that, you know, head onto the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, he's easily manipulated, and I love a good feel-good story, so I will definitely check it out. All right, thanks so much for being here, Rad.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.